Now, post 2020, all those kids who have mental health issues and don't fit in with society are being recruited to be trans because trans is given as the answer to all their problems. It's the carrot that's being held out there as, hey, you're depressed, you're anxious, you don't fit in with society, you're trans. Come join our community. Come join our cult. Come be with us. We will love you. Love bombing, kindness. It's a cult. And it's recruiting the most vulnerable people in society. And then on top of that, it's even worse. It doesn't work. Their lives don't get better. The depression doesn't go away. They don't fit in any more than they did before. So they're promised that trans is going to be the answer to all their problems. Then trans isn't the answer to their problems. And they get even more depressed and more lonely. In these people who are depressed and on medications, you create this world where they literally view people, Christians and Catholics, as their mortal enemy. And then stuff like that happened today at a Catholic school in Minneapolis is happening more and more often. And it's not because of the instruments used. It's because of this trans ideology that has infected our society and has taken these kids, recruited them, and breeding hate to people who they view it to be their oppressors.
I'm Derek Fildebrandt, publisher of the Western Standard. Today, we've got a fascinating story, exclusive story coming from Sylvan Lake, Alberta, where a volunteer high school football coach has been dismissed from his position as the defensive coordinator for what appears to be a TikTok video that he posted over the weekend, which discussed coming out of Minneapolis, the shooter who was a trans person, obviously very mentally and psychologically disturbed, and the trend of a significant number of these mass shooters, particularly in schools and churches, coming with some connection to trans ideology, speaking about how perhaps there is some kind of pattern here with mental health problems that should be addressed. And that, in turn, has led directly to his dismissal as the volunteer defensive coordinator coach for a high school football team, the Lakers, in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. We've got the man himself, Teej Johannesson, or Taylor Johannesson, everyone calls him Teej, coming to us from your home in Sylvan Lake. Thank you for joining us, Teej.
Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Derek.
So we're going to, for folks, we're showing kind of some snippets from your TikTok video. It's not crazy long, but it's a little long for us to play the full thing back to back here. We don't want to take anything out of context, but we want to give a fair representation of what it was you said.
Yeah.
In short, if you want to summarize, what was the main message you were conveying in that video you posted on TikTok?
Yeah, so I've worked with children for 15 years as a coach, and worked in group homes with kids with special needs and disabilities. And I saw the devastating effect that psychological drugs had on kids, turning them into zombies. And so I got out of the group home world because I just couldn't be a part of that. And then this trans ideology started taking over and attracting these vulnerable kids who have mental health issues and who are told that trans is the answer to all their mental health issues. And so they're put on more drugs, they're put on cross-sex hormones, which have terrible side effects. And so I started making TikToks, and they really blew up, and people really appreciated what I was saying and kept telling me that they were, too scared to stand up against the woke mob. I'm not scared. My entire personality and my reason for being on this earth, the reason God put me here, was to stand up for the vulnerable, to stand up regardless of consequences for those that need to be stood up for. And that's what I did. And I'm not hateful. I don't hate trans kids or LGBT kids. I actually hurt for them because adults have forced an ideology onto them with false promises about how this is going to make their lives better. And so I'm not fighting against any child. I'm fighting for the children because I see the injustice and the harm that it is causing.
So, I watched the video. I can see how it might be a little spicy to, someone in the public education system, which
Yeah.
tends to be fairly ideologically captured.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything hateful by any reasonable explanation in your video. You didn't say all trans people are going to go shoot up schools, but you did point to a significant growing body of evidence that trans people are quite disproportionately have been involved in these things. And that doesn't mean everyone from a group is, but
No, of course not.
but it was saying there's obviously some mental health issues here, and people are afraid. Maybe I'm woken up to the fact that it's 2025. We can actually say things out loud again, at least to some extent.
Yeah.
But that there's mental health issues here. Kids are being abused, and this is leading to some very tragic outcomes. So you got a call from the principal of the Sylvan Lake High School. The name is Alex Lambert, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Alex Lambert, is the principal of the school. So you've been coaching there for a decade now.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So you grew up nearby Red Deer.
Yep.
For those not from Alberta, Red Deer, Sylvan Lake is a small community, not too far from Red Deer, just west of it. You and your wife both moved there. Your wife is a teacher at this school.
At
right?
the school, yeah.
Yeah, and from what I understand, she has a very hateful record beating up on trans and gay kids at the school, right?
That's correct. She ran the Gay Straight Alliance for a number of years. Yeah, totally hateful. I've actually been in that room with the Gay Straight Alliance kids and supported them. And again, I have to make this very clear. This is not against this. I'm fighting for the kids against an adult ideology that's recruiting vulnerable kids with false promises that this will save their lives. I think the public is starting to realize this more and more. And, you did say that my TikTok was spicy. I'll be honest, Derek. I don't know how to not be a little spicy about something that I think might be the greatest medical harm that we've ever seen. I don't know how to say that calmly. I don't know how to say that nicely. I'm hurt and I'm destroyed at what I'm seeing. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, but what kids are being put through, and I can't sit by and be nice about it. But no, I don't hate any kid, and I've never treated any kid, regardless of any variable to their personalities, in any way but love and kindness. And that is backed up by every single parent that has sent mass emails to the school board, to Alex Lambert, the principal, backing my character up because they have direct knowledge of how I am with those kids. All my kids today are devastated. I have kids, Derek, that I coached 15 years ago that wrote scathing emails to the superintendent in Chinook's Edge, backing me and my character. I have never once been hateful towards any kid that I've coached. My reputation is incredibly high, and everybody knows my character who actually knows me. The small minority of people that are coming out to get me have never spent a single second with me in their lives, have never seen me coach, have never seen me interact with my players. I made a TikTok video on my personal time away from my volunteer position, which I've not paid for, which I've put thousands of hours in over 10 years to help mold young men and young women. And it's heartbreaking to me that there's a small minority that seems to be able to remove a coach like me after all these years and all the good that I've done.
So we've obtained right now nearly a dozen emails from students or players, past players that you've coached over the years, and parents of players who are currently there. So I've seen a lot of this. Now, you and I've been through public schools. There's a lot of politics in the classroom. Teachers pushing this kind of thing. Not what you're saying. I'd say maybe the other side.
The opposite.
They're pushing the opposite on students in the classroom, on the taxpayers' time, on the students' time, on the parents' time. But you generally don't see it the other side. So you've got views that I think are congruent with the broad mainstream of Alberta and even Canadian society, but certainly go against the grain of the ideology dominant in public schools right now. Did you ever, you expressed yourself in a TikTok video, but to your recollection, did you ever, discuss these issues or your views on the field or in the locker room while you got your coach's hat on?
Never. And that is unequivocal. And that has been a main theme in the about 40 emails from parents that have gone to the principal and the superintendent supporting me, and the children who say and confirm, I have never once ever brought any political beliefs that I have or culture beliefs that I have to the football field, because that is not appropriate. Even though I believe that they're right, I don't believe that any adult should be telling a child what they should or shouldn't believe. When I show up to coach those kids, I'm there to coach them, to mentor them, and to help them succeed, not just on the football field, but in life, as men, as husbands in the future, as fathers in the future. I don't bring any of that to the field, and that is fully confirmed and backed up by the multitude of emails that have been sent. It is, I don't believe, and teachers do believe. This is why you see rainbow flags and safe space stickers. By the way, the safe space stickers that are all over these classrooms, I find it kind of strange that you need a safe space sticker to convince people that you're a safe space. My wife never put a safe space sticker on her door because she knew that her actions said that she was a safe space and she didn't need to advertise it. Safe space stickers to me seem very much similar to a white van handing out candy. So I'm not really sure how that is a thing that's going on in schools, but it definitely is. I don't believe anybody should be talking about their ideology, including myself, as a coach to young people. That's not our jobs.
So I've listened to the recording of the principal, Alex Lambert, firing you from this volunteer position. So you don't work for the school, you're a volunteer, but your wife does serve as a teacher there.
Yeah.
You said she's out to get you. She's been trying to get you for some time now.
Yeah.
And she accused you of breaking, I think it was the Safe Schools Act, or
the Safety and Education Act. Yeah, that was for a reason.
Yeah, she accused you of breaking the Safety and Education Act, and you asked her to specifically cite what it is you did. That it's in violation of the act, and she refused to say. You asked her repeatedly,
over and over.
And she wouldn't say. I think all she would say is, "I'm not going to get into details."
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty. She hasn't cited what the specific side, what you've specifically violated. I certainly don't think this would. I've looked at the act. I don't think. I don't see how this would violate it under any reasonable interpretation of it at this time. What recourse are you looking at? Because wrongful dismissal doesn't. I'm not a labor lawyer, but I don't think would apply here because you were not paid staff. You're not a teacher. A lot of coaches will be also teachers. You're just doing this on your own time.
Yeah.
So wrongful dismissal doesn't quite apply here. Obviously, the union's not going to defend you. Although they have defended pedos. You've defended the right of pedos to keep teaching.
They have, yes.
But I don't think they're. I doubt the Alberta Teachers Association considers you their kind of clientele.
No.
But what recourse, if any, other than talking to us? And I think that this kind of thing, shedding a light on it, perhaps could have some positive outcome for you. But what recourse are you looking at after this?
Yeah, well, the first thing is when I got the call from Alex, I reached out to my players and to the parents and kind of told them the situation and just asked, if you believe this is wrong, I'd really appreciate your support. And my goodness, was I overwhelmed with the parents were incredibly angry, not just because of losing me as a coach, but because, and this was a sentiment in all the emails was, what message is Chinook's Edge School Division? Chinook's Edge School Division is the board in which H.J. Cody High School falls under. What message are we sending to kids where we tell people that they aren't allowed to believe what they believe, that Christian beliefs are not welcomed in our school? They talk about being inclusive all the time, but as soon as you mention you're a Christian, as soon as you have a Christian belief, which I am, I'm a man of God, I'm a man of faith. As soon as you mention that, you're fired from a volunteer position that you've put 10 years of your time in and you've done nothing but good for those kids. What message are we sending those kids? What message are we sending to the future of our society? It's disgusting and it's despicable. So that has been really good. My next step is to meet with the superintendent of schools today. He's been bombarded with emails of support, and he's definitely been received a few emails because I've been CC'd in them from woke activists who say that the best decision they ever made was getting rid of a Nazi like me. because I'm dangerous for students. Now, let me be very clear. Every one of those emails is coming from people who have no idea who I am, who have never spent a minute of their time with me, who have never seen me coach. These are people that got wind of my TikTok video. And of course, they never watched the whole thing. It's a 6-minute long video. As soon as they realized that it was quote unquote anti-trans, which is a load of nonsense, they completely just lose their mind, and then they go and try to wreck my life. So I'm meeting with the superintendent today. I'm not sure that's going to go super well for me. Oftentimes these superintendents will just back their principal, which would be a shame, because, you know, the people actually hurting the kids are Alex Lambert, the principal of the school, the woke activist complaining about me. And if the superintendent doesn't reinstate me as a coach, him, because the kids that are hurt are my football players. They're devastated. First day of school today, and they're stressed. They weren't sleeping all weekend. They've been out fighting for me. They're making t-shirts for me. They're devastated. The hurt from the kids is being brought by these people who got rid of me and any future kid that I may have impacted in the future. So right now it's just talking to as many media outlets as I possibly can. I actually have been, this is kind of crazy, but I had a person who's highly connected to the UCP government here in Alberta, and she has said my story is going all the way up to the premier's office. Devin Dreeshen, my MLA here in Sylvan Lake, already knows about this story and is supposed to be contacting me today. This is going high because this is, by the way, my TikTok video, Derek, is fully in line with the current government of Alberta's policies in regards to trans people and trans ideology. So being in line with the government apparently is wrong for the school board.
So you said there's the complaints have been in from people who don't, but activists cheering us on.
Yeah.
Are, to the best of your knowledge, has there been a single complaint from any of your players or students?
Zero. Absolutely zero. And you know what? I know that because we had a group chat, which I've been kicked off of now, but there was a group chat, and every single parent on there wrote a letter for me. Every single one of them. All my players have full support of me. Everybody is upset. Past players, like I said, players I coached 15 years ago are coming forward and writing scathing email, taking time out, like a lot of time. Like, these emails are long, they're detailed, they're heartfelt, speaking of my character and who I am. And you know what? No matter what comes of this will be one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, because I know that I'm meant to fight this battle. I'm strong enough to fight this battle. It sucks and it hurts. It breaks my heart, to be honest with you. I love coaching. I love mentoring young people. But to see the outpouring of support has been incredible, and I'll never forget it. I'll never be able to thank them enough for that. So
you said you've never brought your politics onto the field or into the locker room. But have you? Your wife's a teacher at the school. Sorry, the name of the school again is
H.J. Cody.
H.J. Cody. Yeah, in Sylvan Lake. Have you seen instances of teachers, or has your wife seen instances of teachers or staff or outside people bringing pro-trans ideology politics into the classroom or into the school?
Yes, 100%.
So that's been allowed.
That's been allowed. There is a giant rainbow flag in their gathering area. It's massive. There are safe space stickers with rainbow flags on every single teacher's door. They were forced to put them on there by the principal. My wife refused because she said, I don't need a sticker to convince people that I'm safe. That is mind-boggling to me. Mm-hmm. So the rainbow flags are everywhere. The safe space stickers are everywhere. All they do is talk about diversity and inclusion. And by the way, I am fully for including everybody. This is not about excluding people. In fact, I'm the one being excluded here. I'm the one being hated on here. I'm the one being banished from the school here. So the hypocrisy runs deep. But yes, the teachers, there's multiple they them teachers at that school, and that's their entire personality. So yeah, no, they are able. And I've heard myself from kids, and this is what's crazy. I've heard myself from kids that they're sick and tired of these they thems forcing their beliefs on people. And even though I want so badly to agree with them, because I understand that it's not my job to force my beliefs onto children, I just say, hey, I can't talk about that. And that's my response to that.
So the principal, Alex Lambert here, you say that she's been out to try and get you out for some time, beginning with when you had then Twitter posts before it became Liberated and X. You had that she was out to get you when you were speaking out against vaccine mandates, lockdowns, things like that. Now, I mean, I've listened to the call. It seems, she won't cite what part of the act you have apparently violated. It is very clear that this is in relation to the TikTok video. So she thinks that was the cause she needed to be able to sack you. Like the football pun there.
Yeah, I did actually. That was good.
we
that.
Are you Eskimos or Stampeders?
You know what?
You're from Central Alberta. You can go either way.
I am, but my uncle actually played for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, so I've always been a Roughriders fan.
My uncle played for the Ottawa Roughriders.
So did my uncle. He won a Grey Cup with Saskatchewan in 1989, and the year after got traded to the Ottawa Roughriders in 1990 and played there till 1996.
My uncle played in the 70s, so they wouldn't have overlapped. But okay, we're gonna have to connect offline and talk football lore here.
I miss the Ottawa Roughriders, man. Greatest logo in the history of sports.
Yeah, and it's hard to hate on Saskatchewan fans. I'm Calgary. I can hate on what they call themselves the Elks now. I guess it's like a football pronoun or something, but
it's something like that. Yeah.
They're but we always love Saskatchewan people when they come out. They're so silly.
Yeah,
that's my polite way of putting it.
That's fair. I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I want to get this back to Lambert here.
Yeah.
What do you think should happen with her? She has seemingly brought ideology onto the field here, with her actions. You say she's been out to get you for some time, going back to COVID, when people had certain views that were not popular with government employees, like a school principal. What do you think should happen to her? Should she be allowed to keep her job?
You know what, Derek? This is a tough question for me to answer, because I try to consider myself to be a really good person and a God-fearing person, and I really don't wish harm on other people. And through this has been a woman who has been after me for 4 years and has tarnished my name to everyone that she can listen to, has ruined relationships for my wife. Like, there are teachers that my wife was friends with before that Alex has ruined the relationship. They've started treating my wife poorly because of the things Alex has said about me, and the fact that my wife stands up for me and also agrees with my beliefs. One of the few teachers that actually is sane and not captured by this ideology. So I have a lot of feelings about Alex Lambert and the way that she has come after me and tried to ruin my life. But Alex, I don't know if you're going to watch this. I actually don't hope any harm comes to you. I hope you get to keep your job, because I know you have a family and you have a husband and you have kids to take care of. And I'm not going to sink to your level and try to and say that I want you removed and to ruin your life, even though you've been after me for all these years and you haven't given a damn about me, my wife, or my family. I have a new daughter that she knows about. So I'm not going to say that she should lose her job, because I'm not an evil person, but she should have to apologize to me. She should have to reinstate me, and she should have to publicly apologize for the slander and the pain that she has caused me and the players at that school. But I will not sink to her level and wish harm upon her. I'm not like that.
Well, you're a better Christian than me. I think I will sink to that level. I feel like these people paid by the taxpayer pushing this ideology onto kids is unforgivable, and that's worse than what she's done to you here, trying to sack someone who just happens to disagree. But during school time with taxpayers' resources, pushing this on kids. I think I will sink to that level.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with you, but I'm trying to be.
You're being a more forgiving, better Christian than I can be here. So good on you. We're going to stay with this story. This is we're not going to let this be a little flash in the pan here. We're going to be reaching out to your MLA, Devin Dreeshen. We're going to be reaching out to the Minister of Education, Dimitrios Nicolaitis. We're going to be reaching out to the Premier, Danielle Smith. We're going to reach out to the Principal, Alex Lambert, figure out what she has to say, and the Superintendent. There's accountability to take place here. And there's still more facts to gather. There's always another side of the story, and I want to hear that other side of the story. We haven't got it yet, and we're going to reach out for that. But you've got my assurance here that at the Standard we're going to stay on this story until we've got all of the facts and some kind of resolution, because this kind of thing, I think they're hoping would just kind of go away, and it's our job to at least shine some light on it, bring information to it, make sure it doesn't go away until there's a proper resolution. Is there anything that we didn't touch on today that you think needs to get on the record?
No, I think you did a great job, Derek. And I just want to say I appreciate you so much reaching out. This is powerful. This is, I believe God has a plan for me, and I think this is a part of his plan, and it's hard. I've been through a lot of hard things in my life. Having my character constantly attacked by someone like Alex, who is, by the way, Alex has never, she's been the principal of the school for 4 years now. She has never once come and watched me coach. She has never once come and seen me interact with kids. She's never once, I have begged her in previous meetings I've had with her to go talk to the parents, go talk to the kids. And all she says is, I don't need to. I know enough about you. So this is a woman that hasn't even tried to get to know me, hasn't seen me in my place of coaching, hasn't even attempted to get to know me. She's decided that I'm a terrible person because I have views that she doesn't agree with. And so I'm so thankful for you and Western Standard and people like you who are shining the light on this, because it's not right and it's not fair. And I'm willing to take some heat here, and take some pain here to hopefully have something good come out of this. And I believe that's what God has planned for me. All
right. Well, Teej, thanks for joining us today. Best of luck in the struggle you're engaged with now. And I'm sure we're going to need to follow up for another chat in the not too distant future.
I would love that. Thank you so much, Derek.
All right. Thank you.